Crafting Vicky here with you, and we're here to make some cards. And this time around I'm going to be making some postcards, and one of the reasons I want to be making the postcards is I want to put them on my Etsy store. I mailed out all of the packages for the giveaway, as well as finally the challenge winner for my layout challenge that was way back when. So I've mailed all of that out. I've also invested in some lights so that because I was reading all the comments on the live stream, and some people were saying how the front camera was kind of dark, and I knew that it was kind of dark, but I didn't want to invest like a lot into a setup because I wasn't sure how it was going to work and if people were going to be interested. And since there was interest, I figured, well, let's just invest in some proper lights. So I did that. So now I'm thinking that it would be a good thing if I did a few postcards, put them on my Etsy store, and made some money out of it to pay for the rest of the stuff on the channel. So, because obviously, you know, I work full-time, but I like to, if I can support my channel through my art, that's the best way, basically. So yeah, so that's the reasoning why today I'm doing postcards. And I thought I was going to use the Martin book because I haven't used it in a while. There's not that many pages that are left in it, and I just think they're so pretty. This one would be very pretty on a postcard. I thought I saw another one that was going to be pretty before. So there's this one. And then this one is very pretty. So we could use this one, maybe. Because it looks like it's a scenery of something that, you know, you'd be mailing out. So that's one. I like these two, and this one is very pretty too. So that's, if we can use these, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're missing one. And I thought I'd seen one that I really like, and I'm not finding it again, of course. Where is it? I thought it was right next to this. So there's this one I could use. There was another cutie. Where is she? Okay, what happened? Why am I missing the cute one? Okay, so I'm sure I'd seen another image. And I didn't take it because I wasn't quite sure. Okay, so there's this that's pretty too. Oh my god, where did it go? Is it on the back of the one I just took? There's that. There's these three. Oh, this is so strange. I must have imagined something, but it's just like my scissors when I lose them. I know that they're there. I just can't find them afterwards. I thought it was right in this area. Maybe we'll use this one because I can't seem to. And the worst is I'll probably find it right after. Okay, so I don't know what I thought I saw. because clearly I can't find it anymore. And I'm not skipping any pages. There's only one page, so there's that one that's pretty bit. And then there's obviously like this cutie that would have been nice, but let's go with this one. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got my 5. And now I'm gonna rip this up. I'm probably going to be ripping some of the image up as well, just because it's a bit wide for the postcard. So I would probably want something like this. And then this one, I'm going to try. I'm trying to see the other image on the other side so I don't rip it on accident, because that's totally something I would do. There we go. And then finally there's this little one. This little image and put it close so that I use it up. Okay, so we've got all of the images. I would like to line, because I want to put this on these paper, but I was thinking of lining the back first, so I'm trying to see what would be a good color to be the back, and I'm thinking that maybe blue would be good. Let's see if I have some blue. Oops, just made something fall. Got that. Like all the backings to be the same, so I need at least 5. Bit darker, but I don't think it's that bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or do I have the same darker blue? 2, 3. It's funny because it's all file folders. They're supposed to be the same blue, and clearly they're not. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'll go with these. These are the closest together, I think. Perfect. Okay, so we've got these. I pulled out a piece of black cardstock in case I wanted to line the sentiment, because I wasn't sure which sentiment I was going to use. So let's start off first by putting the background, and then we can take it from there. So I will be And because I'm selling them, I'm always very careful about trying to make everything as tight as possible and as glued down as possible, because I don't want the stuff to be, you know, to fall off. These, I've said that before in many videos, but these can be used for, you can mail them out, obviously, to friends, but you can also use them in journaling spots in your own journals. So those are different options, because I know sometimes people are not quite sure what are you supposed to do with them. It's all nice and dandy that you buy them, but what are you going to do with them? Okay, so I don't need that. So I'm just gonna cut this. This is a regular cereal box that I've cut down to 4x6, and on my Amazon store, if you go and click in the description box below, you'll see the link to my affiliate Amazon storefront. If you use that, if you purchase anything on Amazon following you clicking that link, it does give me a little bit of money, which obviously supports this channel as well. So just wanted to say that. But you can also find the stamp listed there. So, because I know a lot of people like that stamp a lot. I really like it a lot. I'm very happy that I purchased it at the time. I'm gonna start off by doing this right away, because I don't like the white edge. There's a bit of an edge to the cardstock, so we'll just clean it up that way. And it just gives it a better frame. Okay, so this is the first one done. Let's do the other ones. So it's very good use of your cardboard. It could be any type of cardboard. I like the cereal box because they're strong but not too strong, if that makes sense. So that I find is a really great use for them. It's a great way to recycle. And you saw how while I was doing my giveaway and people were sending their postcard, you saw how well they resist in the mail. You really don't need to send them in an envelope. They really do just fine. Obviously, if you put a lot of dimension, some of that might come off, but most of the time it doesn't. It stays. And you saw in my last week's video, I had received one of the postcards and it had a little butterfly on top, and the butterfly was just fine. So no trouble there. And it's, you know, sometimes you want to send just a little hello. It's a great way of recycling your things using small bits that are not too big, because, you know, sometimes making a card you use bigger pieces of paper. This, you really can use scraps. You're, like I said, recycling, and it only costs you a regular stamp. So for us in Canada, if I'm mailing out to Canada, it's about $1. If I mail out to the US, it's $1.27. If I mail out international, it's $2.71. So I don't know how much it is for the US, but it's just a regular stamp like you would send for a regular size envelope. Like no special stamp is required for mailing out postcards. especially if they're 6x6 like this. It's just a regular, and because they're not too big, they, like I said, they just make it fine through the mailing process. So obviously, if your postcard was very big, it would probably be a little bit more flimsy, and it might not make it as good. Now, obviously, when I'm doing this, you can see that not all of my, well, obviously if I glued it properly, that would help. But they don't necessarily, they're not necessarily exactly 4x6, or the binder, because these are binders that I've recycled. My cutting might not be exactly 6x6, so that's why you see me having to cut the side a bit, but it won't make really a difference. It really doesn't make that big of a difference in the final product. So here. And if you don't have a stamp and you don't want to buy a stamp, you can just handwrite what's written, like on the postcard. It doesn't have to be a stamp. I just like the professional look that it gives, but that's personal. And also because, you know, I'm selling them, so I want the back to look really good. But if you're just making it for yourself, you can just handwrite it. Or if you know, just sending out, so long as you've got a place that you can put the proper address, and you can put a message. Just need to make sure that the address, that like here, you put the message here and you put the address here and the stamp there. So it just gives you a proper look of a postcard, and it's easy for the mailman to see the address and for the postcard to get processed. So I'm thinking for my next live stream that I might be doing it on the 3rd of July, because here in Canada we're off on the 1st of July. Well, we should be off on the 1st of July for Canada Day. Oh my God, that's embarrassing. So anyway, but it's a holiday that you can actually move, so you don't have to take it on the 1st, and my company is actually open on the 1st. They actually gave the 23rd of June to people, but because it was my year end, it was not the ideal timing, and our US facilities are closed on the 2nd and the 3rd, so I figured it was going to be more quiet on the 3rd, and easier for my team if I took that day off. So since I'm going to be off, I might do my live stream then early afternoon, and I'll try to post a note on YouTube as well as on Facebook ahead of time a bit, maybe while I'm setting up, and this way you guys have a little bit more notice. But that's what I'm thinking of doing. We're presently Saturday. I'm going to be posting this video obviously up for Monday, but I'm supposed to be getting my lights tomorrow, which is Sunday, because I just ordered them on Amazon, and so hopefully I'll get them in time and I can test them out in the next live stream. And oh guys, it was so funny because I couldn't obviously read all your comments while it was going on. I missed a bunch of them, so I rewatched the video, reading the comments, obviously not watching myself much, but just reading the comments everybody was writing, and it looked like it was a really fun chat. I also love that at one point, I think it's Yvonne is now. And I thought, because we were talking about hair, I thought she meant 40 as in the age. But no, she meant that there's 40 in the live participating in the live stream. I felt like such an idiot that I thought it was the age that she was mentioning, and it wasn't that at all. So yeah, so I laughed. It's quite funny. And I'm gonna try to remember to twist the camera around. Hopefully it's gonna work. I just hope that this wasn't just a fluke the first time, that it worked so well, and that I don't have too much trouble setting it up this time, because that would really not be fun. So it'd be really disappointing if in reality it was really hard to do and it didn't work for the next one. 2, 3. And I have to have my computer in front of me because this is the way I can actually stream. So it was really helpful because this way I had the second camera. Not only the webcam, but as well that extra camera. So I'm glad that people appreciated the camera view, so that you had the front shot as well as the other shot. And I forgot that there was the front shot after a while, which is a good thing, because it was making me very nervous that you guys were seeing me. It's just more nerve-wracking. I don't know why, but it just is. Get more self-conscious than when you guys are just seeing my hands. Here we go. There's that, and then I would do. Sorry, there was a knocking. I don't know what knocked, but I was lucky because I don't think the dogs barked while the live stream was going on. Because when they do, they don't, especially like right now, there's nobody upstairs, so unless I yell out to them, they're not gonna be quiet. Okay, so I think I'm actually gonna tear some of this little guy up, because I want the little girl fully. And I don't mind that he's not fully there. Okay, so something like that. And then we can choose a sentiment afterwards. But I'm wondering if I want to edge or not. To edge or not to edge. That's the question. Let's do some edging with, I'm going to use the black soot. Distress ink, and let's find the proper one here. Black soot. So put that on there, and I'll use it the full time. Whoops. Okay, so we'll just do that. Just a little bit around the edge. It's going to make it pop a little bit better on top of the beige. And I'm going to do the same here. And it's going to fit with the fact that I've edged everything, the blue. So the postcards, like I said, I'm going to be putting them in my Etsy store, and I will be putting down in the description box below the link to them. And if they sell, well, they'll be sold. Hopefully they will sell. like I said, it's not something to make a lot of money, but it's more to support my channel, because obviously there are supplies involved, so I really appreciate that. And I prefer to be on YouTube and sharing this freely with you guys than starting a Patreon and then having you guys have to join if you want to see my videos. Not that there might not be anybody that would join, but still, I know that a lot of artists do it that way to support their channel, and then they do some videos but not as much. But I really want to try to keep it so that it's free. Okay, so let's find something fun. I think the together is the best place to be. That's going to be the one for the two little kids together. So I'm going to put that aside so that I know already. I don't know. I maybe hold on tight to your dreams, because of the fact that, oh no, I know what I want. It's this one. Because a puppy is so, like, a dog is such a big important part of the family. So I chose, this is what family looks like, because to me they're really an important part of the family, even if sometimes they can get very annoying and get into your things or chew your stuff. I don't know what's wrong with Lucky, because I mean, they're older now, my dogs, but he started chewing my husband's shoes. I don't understand why. He never used to do that before when he was a puppy, so why now? Like, we got them and they're actually 9 years old now, so I don't understand why he's doing it now. Okay, so that, I really like it. I think it's going to turn out a really sweet set of postcards. I hope you guys think so as well. I hope I'm not the only one thinking so. I think I'm going to use a baby wipe, because I've got a feeling that I'm going to end up with a lot of soot on my hands, and then I'm going to, like, dirty the image, which I don't want to do. Okay, now my hands are wet. Okay, so I really don't use as many baby wipes anymore, which I'm really happy, because obviously it's not good for the planet. I'm trying to be very aware of everything that I throw away. It's also why I love to use recycled material, because this way you give them a second life. And here we go. I think it's really, really adorable. So, if I may say so myself. Okay, so next one, we're going to use the little kids, because I've got already their sentiment out, and before I forget that I have it, I have got it out, might as well use them. Okay, and for sure, I have to come down something like this and cut off his little feet, unfortunately. I love these images so much, so much. I just think they're just so adorable. I've bought some other Martin books, but I think the images are too big. It's gonna be difficult to use for small things. And then I have a few that are really tiny. I think those would be great for ATCs. Yeah. One of the things that I was thinking also for, might as well, you know, talk about this. Now it's too small. Maybe I can use it on a smaller image. Okay, that's, I messed up my cutting. So what I was thinking of doing in the next live stream was maybe one of those little books with paper bags. I had started one way back when and I never finished it, but maybe I could do a new one and we could decorate it or something of that kind. And that's a great way of using scraps as well. Okay, so here it's a bit too big. I want to be careful not to do what I did just before. And not having it big enough. Okay, so just a tad more. I don't want the edge to go over the paper because then it could get caught and obviously tear in the mail process. So just thinking like this, and then we can put the sentiment like here. So what have you guys been up to? Have you been enjoying your outside? I've been enjoying my pool a lot because of the fact that it was so hot. And so I started reading again, which I had not done in quite a long time. And I'm reading a series that's paranormal type of series. It's called, the first book was Bitten. It's from Kelly something. I don't remember the name, the last name, but I'm sure somebody is gonna write it in the comments. I like that sort of book, especially in the summertime when you don't, you know, easy reading, nothing too serious. I like to be able to just relax by the pool and just enjoy the process. And okay, that's my husband that's back, and that's going overboard with the dogs. He just came back from the hairdresser, so I'm looking forward to seeing him with a haircut, because oh boy, it was getting very, very long. Very long indeed. So let's get this glued down, and trying, like I said, not to make a mess with the images. Okay, like that. And then let's find the sentiment, which I put over here. I'm surprised that I didn't lose it. Okay, so here we go. I can use this. Des beaux bonhommes. I guess so. And here. Beau bonhomme means a good looking guy. Best place to be. Here we go. I'm just loving how these are turning out, like really loving them. It's not because I'm making them. Well, you know, sometimes you have to, you know, sometimes it happens that you really are not sure about what you're making, and sometimes it's turning out better than what you expected, or you really like the result. So it's good to be able to say in those times that you do appreciate how it's turning out. So I'm quite happy with this. Here we go. And then I'm going to be using this image we said. So let's tear that one out. And let's try not to destroy her hands and everything else. Because that's happened to me before, and it's not good when you're tearing and then suddenly you realize that you've torn a piece of the image that you wanted to keep. So, oh look, she's wearing little reindeer slippers, or little cow slippers. These are so cute. I don't want to cut it more because I like this, so I'm going to put it as an angle like this and leave it that way. Now we have to find a sentiment that's going to go with this. And before we glue it down, the image, we'll find the sentiment to know how big it is. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna put the image something like this, and then let's see what we can find. And we have two more images, so if we can, if I see something that fits, I'll just take it out. There's this one that's very cool, I think. You can never have too much happy, because she looks like she's quite happy. Whoops. My sentiment just fell. No. There we go. A dream is a wish your heart makes.
Is that a new trick?
No. See possibilities in everywhere. I don't know. And this is the last one, so I'm happiest when I'm with you. Could be with the little dogs. And And I don't know. Today's full of possibilities, maybe? Or focus on what's important, maybe, because she's on the phone, and so maybe she's focusing on calling somebody that she loves to tell them that she loves them. So let me pause 2 seconds because my husband wants to make a milkshake, and I didn't want to stop doing the choosing the sentiment, and I'll be right back. Okay, so while he was doing that, I decided to tear some of the other images, because I figured you'd seen me tear enough paper and that you wouldn't miss if I did that off camera. Because some people might actually think that this is quite boring, actually, seeing me tear paper, which is one of the reasons why I keep telling you guys, just craft along. I know that some people do find me entertaining, but I also know that some might not. So some might think it's pretty boring what I'm actually saying. Okay, so here we go, and we will use the sentiment, and it's gonna go like this. And I add extra glue just to make sure that they really stay put. Like I said, I really don't want them to fall apart. And here we go. So I've got 2 last ones to do. And realize I've done them all in that direction, but actually I could do one this way. I prefer that one this way because the images were pretty big, so it fit the fact that I was doing this way, and obviously now the text is going to be the wrong way, but it's just a background. You're not supposed to be reading whatever's written on there, so I don't think it really matters, but we shall see. And if I don't like it, I'll put her the other way. It's just that I think she would look better this way, and especially if I don't want to cut too much of the image up, because I would have to cut down a lot more of the image if I put her the other way. And she's so pretty. Okay, so here we go. So I think that would be pretty. And then do this one, hopefully enough. I was so happy to finally get all of those prizes and Happy Mail out. I know it took a long time. I've been working like really long hours, and I ran out of envelopes, and I really had to go and purchase some more. And as you know, I don't really like going out all that much. And for some, I had to go to the post office to have them mailed. They're bigger. So yeah, I'm just happy that it's done now. Okay, I think I'm gonna just do it that way. Or do I put it this way? And then do it that way. I think I prefer it that way. Okay, so that's the right way. Let's just edge everything, and then it'll be done. And I can close it before I make a disaster and touch something with it. that I don't want. Okay, so that, and that. One thing I've also been doing is continuing to play with my Animal Crossing game. I've been playing that to relax once I'm finished work. Just such a cute game, and I created myself some new characters on my island so that I can build some more houses and that sort of thing. If you don't know what Animal Crossing is, obviously this is not telling you anything, and you're probably wondering what is she talking about. You can always Google it up and you'll see it's a Nintendo Switch game, the one I'm playing right now, and it's just so sweet and just very, very cute and relaxing, and no stress in that game compared to my husband, who's playing he's playing right now The Last of Us, which is a game about zombies and stuff like that. So I'm hearing like crazy noise while I'm doing my little game. It's just very strange. It just doesn't fit with what I'm going through in my game. I don't know if you folks have family members that play games, or if you like video games as well. We're pretty much a family of gamers. We've been playing games for a very long time. I like the type of open world concept games. Like, I really liked the Breath of the Wild Zelda game as well that was on the Switch. That was the actual first Zelda game that I actually like, because the other games I didn't really like, but this one was such beautiful graphics and open world, and just you could go and do whatever you wanted, and it was just really, really nice. So I really liked playing that game. Some other games that I like is like Skyrim was one of the ones I liked. It's more there's more shooting or that sort of thing involved, but it's still not fully, zombie type of mode. So it's I think I'm just gonna put it that way, and I'm not gonna cut it. It's going to be different than the other ones. And here it is. So I'm happiest when I'm with you. And then for this one, it's going to be focus on what's important. And I'm trying to remember to read what is written, because I've been told many a times that I wasn't saying it out loud, and obviously the writing is very small, so it's not easy to read. So I'm hoping that I'm not missing out on any of them. I do read your comments, and I usually like and give them a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate everybody that takes the time to write one, and I appreciate the ones that also take the time to leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down, I guess, because it still took you time to actually put a thumbs down. There seems to be at least 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 on every single video, so I don't know. But I mean, I guess at least you're taking the time to tell me that you don't like what I'm doing. don't exactly know what it is that you don't like, but because I do try to, you know, like when I like positive criticism, because you need to, it's a way to, for you to guys to, for me to learn, obviously. But I'm obviously not a movie director or anything like that, so obviously when I make a video, it's the quality might not be up to par with some other people. My equipment, my space is very limited, so obviously I really don't have a lot of space to work with here, so I can't have the lights. I will be able to put the lights upstairs because of the configuration, but just having to take everything out, set it up, it's just very there's a lot of time involved in the process. I'm looking forward to knowing next time I do my live stream how much time is it going to take for the setup. I'll let you guys know, because I'm very curious to know. Hopefully it won't take me as much time as it did the last time around. So here's the last one. So here's the set of 5 little cards. I think they really turned out sweet. I'm hoping that you like them, and if you're interested in them, don't forget to go and check out the link in the description box below. And that's it for now. Bye everyone.